L to the O-G. L be the O. Was it? N-A-N, and he plays. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Welcome back to our channel. Today we're doing the long-awaited Succession review.
Who's been waiting?
They've been waiting.
Oh,
because we've said it before.
When?
In a previous video, we were like, we're going to do Succession soon.
Okay.
Anyways, it's long-awaited for us.
Yeah. So
what
was going on?
Do you know what? Even though I'm sad that it's ending, I feel like majority of that episode was a good episode for a finale. I was like, wow, like we're really gonna find out like who it's gonna be. There was a lot of drama, a lot of tension.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I didn't expect it to be who it was. Because we and you were both talking about it, and I swear Tom didn't even come up once. Like, we didn't...
No, remember I said it could be Tom.
Did you say it could be Tom?
Don't you remember? You're like, why would it be Tom?
Yeah, honestly, I did not see it for Tom at all. Like, he wasn't giving... No, but you know what? He was working really hard on ATM. Like, he really stepped up.
Mm.
But he's also just very malleable. Like, he can do whatever he's told.
Yeah, he's very much... He's not strong-willed. He'll just go where the wind is blowing him.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like Shiv said, he'll just suck the biggest dick in the room.
Exactly. And that's what he was brought on to do.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just didn't foresee... You know what? I have to rate it because... he really started from the bottom. Yeah. He kind of did, though. I wanted it to be Kendall. Like, to me, it's Kendall's job.
Sorry, they need to outsource it. No one involved in the family should be running that company.
Why?
I feel like it's done. It's over. Like, let's give it to someone else. Like, I don't understand. I get you guys feel like it's your birthright and whatever, but can you actually do the job? Are you actually mentally stable enough to be running a company like that? And also, what's the obsession with CEO? I get it's the head of the company, but can't you do something else in the company?
I think they just wanted a role.
Okay, but it doesn't have to be CEO. Like, be for real. If you're not getting CEO, then aim for something else. I'm sorry.
I think this show is...
All three of you can't be CEO.
Yeah, when Shiv was like, do you think there's any chance that, you know, we could pitch the three of us? I was like, girl, be for real. Be so serious. Like, there can't be three CEOs. That was the dumbest thing. Shiv is really smart, but that was quite dumb.
Kendall saying which, when she was like, you killed someone. He was like...
Which?
And then he started
like which? Well, like, you killed more than one?
And then he started like lying.
Yeah.
Just being like, no, I just made that up.
Yeah. Gaslighting.
How did that work out for you? How did he think that was going to go? And
he just was going to say whatever he could in that moment to secure his vote. But you know what? With that being said, like, when he did accidentally kill that man in season 2, was it? One. I thought that was going to be more of a plot point. Like, I thought that was going to be brought up again, and I feel like it never ever did really get brought up until that moment when Shiv was like, well, it can't be you because you've killed someone. That's when I was like, oh shit, we're bringing that back. But then she didn't really expand. But why did Shiv like just change her mind at the last minute? What was that about?
I don't know.
She agreed for it to be... They made him his little make a meal for the king, whatever. And then she changed her mind.
Maybe because it was going to be Tom.
And she was looking up her own.
Yeah. But even then, that relationship is just...
You think Tom's going to do anything for you?
What's going on there? Like, you asked him whether you can make this a serious relationship, and he was like, I don't know.
Girl, she is down bad for Tom.
Why though?
I don't know. This is another thing, like, I don't feel like they expanded into the characters.
Yeah. Like, I need to know what brought you two together and why are you still in it?
That's
like, is there something within you that is like going on that you can't escape from this man?
If we actually look into the character of Shiv, right? Do you feel like she's very, like, she always felt, I'm doing a bit of psychoanalysis here. She always felt insecure, like, inferior to her brothers, right? So when she was with someone, she wants to be like the one who's superior in the relationship. She wants to have the man that's like kind of beneath her. Is that it? Because I can't see any other angle as to why she.
Still, it's not even like you guys are not. Are you guys enjoying yourself in this relationship?
Oh,
it's just really giving nothing.
That's why I was wondering, like throughout the seasons, like I was really confused at their like open relationship, and like she literally cheated on him before the wedding. I was trying to figure out like what is the connection there, like what's bringing them together.
Yeah,
I don't feel like the show, like it didn't really dive too deep,
and
I kind of like it, but at the same time I was confused a lot of the time.
Yeah, because I just needed an explanation on a few things.
Like why Ken is not close with his kids.
That's because he's a bad dad. Why
Roman doesn't like having sex, but he always makes sex jokes.
Yeah, no, something is wrong there. Like, what that whole Jerry, like, mummy issue thing was. Yeah, there was a few things I feel like they could have expanded on, but I don't think that was supposed to be the main.
I think the show is like, it's supposed to be one of those shows where like they don't make these things the main deal. Like the main deal is secession.
Yeah.
And then you've got all these little like side plots that you're kind of supposed to make inferences on, but you know, you never really get like a clear answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom Tom was named CEO. How do you feel about it? Like as an ending, do you think it's annoying like Game of Thrones where you had like Bran as the king?
No, I don't think it is, because I understand the choices behind. I understand the reasonings behind those choices. Like, Bran really came out of nowhere. That was like so left.
Literally.
But I understand Mattson wanted someone who he could like just mold. Shiv pitched the whole idea of an American CEO or US CEO. So he was like, who can I really,
control?
Yeah, exactly. And Tom is the perfect person for that. He's gonna do whatever. Madison's gonna say jump and he's gonna say how high.
Yeah.
He'll do whatever. So to me that makes sense.
I think it's so deep though that like, I think Shiv was very like competent for the role. Like she could have done it.
Yeah.
She's probably like one of the best people there. Like she's very level-headed most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it just goes to show you the patriarchy will not let women win, because she was so good at her job that they didn't want her.
Yeah.
They wanted someone shit.
They wanted someone who would just do anything they say, not someone who has critical thinking.
Yeah, who has a mind of her own.
Yeah.
So peak for Shiv. But you know what? She's gonna do great things on her own. She doesn't need Tom.
But she's with him.
She's with him, but she can go back to her politics and do her little,
I need her to escape that marriage.
She's clearly a willing participant.
No, but why? I need to know.
Yeah, I don't know, like, it's so weird because Tom really did love her at one point, but she was treating him so bad that he just went, like, he fully turned on her and just acted. Like, there was a point where, like, it was like a partnership and he would always consult with her, like, what are our next moves? Like, they were working as a team.
Yeah.
But then there was a moment when he was like, where she says something like, I don't even love you. Like, they were doing some kinky foreplay and she was saying some stuff, and then after he was like, did you really mean, like, that stuff you said? And he kind of internalized it, and then he was like, you almost let me go to prison.
He offered.
Yeah, she was like,
why did you bring it up if you didn't really want to go? Like, I'm not gonna stop you since you want to do it so bad, since you want to be my dad's like slave so bad. Let me let you go.
But it kind of made him realize that like she doesn't love him like that. Because if you really loved your man, you would do anything to see.
You should know from when she was cheating on you on your wedding day and saying their relationship should be open, but you have not even discussed or agreed to that. I don't understand what kind of relationship this is. There was no way they were all going to work together because, I don't know, they're just a bit weird.
Yeah, I think the way they move with each other is like very fluid. Like 1 minute they'll be like, we're together, we're a team, and then the next minute Shiv's having convos with Mattson, Roman's having convos with Mencken. Like they're always looking out for their own themselves. So it's kind of like, I don't know, if I was them, I'd constantly be thinking like, who's actually gonna back me? because anyone could just turn at any moment. Even Greg turned at the last minute.
Yeah, but obviously Greg was just looking out for himself. He's not as rich as them, so I kind of get it. He's just trying to, you know, get whatever position that he can. You know, climb up the ranks. Do what Greg has to do to help Greg survive.
No, Greg's dumb. Listen. After he was just told, oh yeah, you know, Tom's like, yeah, you know, it's looking good. Like, you're going to be all right. So it's kind of inferred, oh, okay, like, it's going to be Tom. Why are you going to go and tell Kendall so that you can get in with them? If you're with Tom, you're already secure. Now you're just going to tell your opposition to fuck it up for yourself. It's kind of like a dumb move.
I just feel like he didn't really know.
Because he was never in with Kem and them lot. They used to mug him off. But Greg's always been like looking out for him.
Tom hasn't really, I don't know, that relationship to me is just so weird. Like, it's like he abuses him, but then he always brings him along with him. It's abusive.
They're the disgusting brothers.
No.
Yeah, it was a weird relationship, but I feel like even though Tom is very abusive, he does genuinely look out for Greg all the time. It's always been like a bit fucked from the beginning, but
like from the first day.
Yeah, but they've been together. You gotta stay together.
No.
Yeah, like why is he trying to sell Tom out when you've just been told?
You have to look out for number one.
Girl.
Yeah, Greg does.
I don't know. I was just like, what are you doing? I thought you were smart, Greg. I thought he was smart.
He is smart.
I don't think that's smart.
That move was maybe not as smart, but he knows what he's doing, you know. That one was a very, very risky. That one was. But I just feel like if Tom was like, I'm going to be CEO, then he would have been like, great. Yeah, that's fine. But he was just like...
I think he wanted a better deal, basically, because Tom was like, I might be able to, like... Didn't he say, I'll keep your salary? Like, your salary will be cut a lot.
Yeah.
So he was thinking, oh, I'm going to try and see if I can get a better deal.
Yeah.
Maybe that was... So what did you think of this episode?
I thought... I don't know. It kind of like... No, the ending was good. I thought it was really good. But at the beginning, I was kind of like, okay, what's happening?
I felt like this episode was good, but it's like, we need another season. You can't just end it like that.
Yeah, it's just over. Like, I didn't feel like the episodes were kind of ramping up to a season finale, like a series finale. I kind of thought that it was just like another season, and then afterwards, season 5 would be around the corner. Because, I don't know, I feel like with season finales, it's usually a bit like getting a bit more, you know, a bit punchier. But it was a good episode to end on. But I just feel like we need to see what's going on in their lives after this.
Kind of, yeah. I think, do you know what? I do feel like it's ended in a very like succinct way. But I just, for my own benefit, I want to see the fallout from everything.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there's nowhere else for this story to go now, because we've seen like who seceded. If they did another season, it would be just them trying to get back.
Yeah.
But it's done now.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Plus, they've been working on this deal for like 2 seasons. Like,
yeah.
It's over. It's done.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how they dragged it on that long.
I feel like Logan was killed off too early.
Yeah.
I don't think it should have ended this season with him dying and that kind of speeding things. Because I feel like, I don't know, the whole point of this show, like...
They should have made him make the choice.
I wanted him to decide.
Like, you've made this mess. Now you got to line it. You got to make your decision. I just feel like it was the easy way out.
Do you think? It was the easy way?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it was a bit underwritten, but that's how I feel in general with this show. Like, I feel like it doesn't really go there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit like... And I think, in a way, it's good, but then it's like... it's not.
It's true, you don't have to make everything, like, super dramatic.
Yeah.
But...
Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be that. But still, I just feel like Logan having more of a deciding moment would have just given it that extra, like, you know, not necessarily like he has to make it all the way to the end of the season, but I feel like we as the viewer should have known who he wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Not even that they know, but like us at least.
Yeah.
Like we're missing something. They don't have to know. They could still go through this battle.
Yeah.
And we could be like, oh, but Logan wanted it to be blah blah blah. Do you get what I mean?
I feel like this show didn't really give character development.
It really didn't.
And
I feel like they're still the same as they were in the beginning. Now, a few changes, but for the worst.
It didn't really give much like characterization. Like, I can't tell you what I know about Shiv as a person, or like why she's with Tom. I don't know about Logan. I don't know why, you know, how Logan started his company. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like it went into like. And I want to know if that was a choice from the showrunners. Was it kind of like a commentary about like the super wealthy, in that they just present like this version of themselves to the masses, like their public image, but we don't really. I don't know if it was a choice, because mostly in most shows that I've watched, they would go into a bit more depth on the characters. Like we would know a bit more about Tom and like where he comes from. Yeah. Or like, you know, a little prequel episode. They'll do like in Gossip Girl, there'd be episodes where you'd see like Chuck Bass's dad when he was a young man starting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would have been. I mean, it wouldn't fit the vibe of this show, but
could have had something.
Something.
Like, they didn't have to have a whole episode.
Yeah.
Could have been like a conversation.
A conversation, yeah, where he talks about, oh, you know, when I started this company, I just feel like we never really got to know Logan.
Yeah. All we knew was that he was rich and he had 4 children.
And like you never saw him and Kerry ever being intimate. It was kind of like inferred through conversations, but you never really saw a scene with them, like,
except in that video
when
they were sitting at the dinner table.
Yeah,
she had like her hand on him.
Oh,
that was kind of
hand on him.
Yeah.
So it's like throughout this show, they're kind of saying like, "Oh, Kerry, you're like, you know, fucking my dad or whatever." But I was thinking, why are they saying that? Like, where did they get that from? Because we weren't seeing it.
Yeah, I guess.
It's kind of weird. Because, like, in Game of Thrones, you would see someone having an affair if they were having an affair. Do you think Logan even knew himself? Like, did he even decide?
I don't think so. Because I really don't think he wanted any of them to be it.
Damn. Did you like Logan?
Yeah.
You did?
I did. I'm trying to remember. He wasn't a good father, I would say. I didn't think he was. But as a businessman, he was very set in his ways, but I felt like he was the only one who knew what was going on, who knew what they were doing.
So, who was your favourite character?
Greg.
Oh, why?
Because Greg just has it.
What does he have?
He has the knowledge. He's a grinder.
What knowledge? Of parts.
Yeah, and cruises. He knows when to play his hand. That last episode, he didn't know when to play his hand, but every episode until then, what he was doing was working in his favor. He was just someone who landed on his feet. You know, he was homeless, and then Ken bought him an apartment and was like, have this apartment, you know? He just had the luck about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone is going to say that Greg was like their favourite. He was like the comedic relief.
Yeah.
And also like in that whole setup, he's the one person who's kind of like the audience is supposed to be able to relate to in that type of environment. So you kind of see things through his perspective. And he's funny. I didn't like Logan.
Oh.
I initially started off liking him because I thought, oh, like, he kind of reminds me of my granddad. And he's like, I don't know. Like, I thought it was cute at first, but then I actually thought, no, he's actually a horrible person. Even, like, not with just his kids, but as a person, like, it was kind of inferred that he did know more about that scandal with the cruises than he was letting on.
Yeah.
And he was, like, okay with it. And then he wanted to find a scapegoat to take the fall for him.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought, fuck you.
Mm.
No. And I don't know, he was kind of like horrible to everyone. Like, he would smack Roman.
Oh yeah, that was weird because he's actually a grown man.
Yeah. And I was just like, and it just kind of bothered me that you clearly don't want it to be any of these people, so why do you keep dangling it in front of each person? It's like he's very manipulative and was trying to play each one. But if you just know in your heart that you don't want it to be either of them, then why not just be truthful about it?
Yeah.
Maybe he thought that they would all turn on him with the shareholders, but still, it's like you're playing your own kids. I don't really like that. Tom, I kind of grew to like Tom. In the beginning I was like, he's really weird, I don't like him, he's like, you know, abusive to everyone. But then he loves Shiv.
So
clearly he is capable of love.
what's that got to do with anything? What's love got to do with it, in the great words of Tina?
It's just like, I kind of like admired that, you know, that kind of complex where a man is like mean to everyone, but he is like sweet to the woman he's with. It's kind of like that. I kind of was like, oh, I kind of think it's cute. Like, I mean, it's not like he's a dick.
It was so fucking weird because she was not sweet to him at all.
Yeah. But it's not like he's a dick to everyone. He's a dick to the people that are like beneath him. But who
But when it really mattered, he was a dick. He betrayed her.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, he's a dick, but I don't know. The thing about me is, you know, I like villains. So it's kind of like, I feel like Tom had the most character development in the show, and that's why I kind of liked it, because it was like, oh, he actually played her this whole time, and he was making moves. You know what I mean? And I feel like when he became the head of ATN, that's when I really started thinking, I was looking at him a little, some type of way.
Why?
Because, like, I just feel like he hustled. Like, Tom is a hustler. He's the only one there who knows how to hustle.
No. I disagree. Greg knows how to hustle.
But then he never got anywhere with it. He was always...
That's because he was always under Tom's thumb.
Yeah.
If he had been let loose, I'm sure he was going to fly.
Do you think?
Yeah.
What does he know about anything, though?
He would learn. He's a fast learner.
I don't know.
I just feel like Tom, first of all, he was kind of in love with Logan, and that gave me the ick. That made me feel sick. Because why do you want to be so close with my dad for? Secondly, your girlfriend / wife / fiance cheating on you. Also, he proposed to her. What happened when he proposed? Their dad had what happened to him? Stroke, coma, whatever. And that's when he decided to propose. Very strange. Very weird. Why she even said yes, I don't know. So
it's like when she was in a vulnerable position. That's when he proposed, and she was like, yeah. I need to get to the bottom of their relationship, because it makes no sense.
It really doesn't, and they could have given us a bit more on that. Like, I need to understand how we got here.
So I've seen people on Twitter be like, oh, they kind of allude to how they met, and apparently, I mean...
She was in a vulnerable place, yeah, but, okay, are you still vulnerable?
But I feel like they were saying that, they were kind of implying that, like, Tom maybe was a sex worker or something, and that's how he met Shiv.
What?
This is a theory. Not a theory, but there's people were talking about on Twitter, and they were saying, like, it's kind of implied that she met him when he was, like, when she was in a vulnerable place, and he was, like, kind of like a sex worker or something, and then...
How did we get to here?
And then she must have fallen for him as a sex worker. I don't know what kind of arrangement they had, like, when they started dating, but...
No, how did we get there?
Where?
How are we inferred that he's a sex worker?
This is what I mean. This is what they were implying, and I was thinking, where did they get that inference from? I think maybe I missed something that was said. Because I feel like in Succession, they just be saying things, and you're supposed to infer from them. But they don't just, like, say outright. That's why in this episode, when the man said, like, oh, you know, you like to kiss boys when you're drunk and blah blah blah, and then Shiv kind of made a weird look, and I was thinking, oh, are they trying to say that they've kissed before? I don't know this, and then fans on Twitter will be like, yeah, they said in this episode, and
I hate it when it's down to fan speculation, because what are you actually talking about? Are you in the writers' room with them? Like, if you're not, can you just leave your theories to your little Wattpad series and like let the real adults like talk about it? Because they'll just be saying anything.
Really?
I just feel like some people know what they're talking about, and then some people are just saying.
Because I was thinking, oh, did I miss something? Like maybe I wasn't paying attention when they spoke.
Maybe I wasn't, but still, like, I just feel like people come up with theories, but I need the writers to give some clarity on this. I can't just be reading every Twitter theory and be like, you know what, that makes sense.
And why do I have to Google this? Like, how did Tom and Shiv meet? We should know. It should be in the show canon.
Yeah, because clearly their relationship doesn't make sense. So people are going to want to know that.
That's the thing I would critique about this show, like all of the inferences that we have to make about the writing. While I did enjoy watching the show, it didn't give what I was seeing on social media.
I would agree with that. I feel like that's a bit of a controversial opinion, but people were talking about it like it was the greatest show that's ever been written, ever been watched, ever been seen. And when I was watching it, I was kind of like, because obviously I didn't start watching it when it first aired, I started watching it this year, so I'm kind of thinking, I'm kind of not seeing what the people are seeing in it. And I feel like it is because of those inferences as well. Like, people have so much creative license to kind of like build their own narrative around it. I'm seeing like essays on like how one scene goes, and like they're like, oh, you can just tell by how Kendall is looking at blah blah that he does this, this and this. And I'm thinking, is it that, or is Kendall just looking at something and the writers haven't really built it up? So like, because we're kind of missing pieces, the audience is having to do a lot of the work.
Yeah.
And infer things and making it seem like, oh, they're just leaving so much unsaid, but here's what's being said, but it's just not being said. And so you're just feeling like you have to give something as well. Yeah,
that is I think that's a true take, that when you start having to theorize things, it creates this discussion online, and then people like being engaged in a TV show and like they like having things to say about it. But I don't know, like, because a part of me is thinking, like, am I just like dumb and not being and not getting what they're getting? But I feel like even in our Emmys video, when we hadn't even watched Succession, we were like, what's gonna win best what is it? Best show?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's going to be Succession, because like the way everyone talks about it, and I included clips and I was saying, yeah, the acting looks good, but I had never watched it. Yeah. But just from those clips, I thought this was like a serious drama. Not that it needs to be a serious drama to be good, but I was thinking it's going to be like House of Cards meets Game of Thrones, you know, with a bit of the politics, but also like them fighting for, you know, the company. If it was a serious drama. Yeah. Start watching first episode. It's a comedy. It's like The Office. It's a bit, it is, like, with the way the camera, like, zooms in on everyone, like, it's giving The Office, mockumentary, yeah, and I was like, okay, this is actually, like, quite funny, but still, like, I'm not seeing where the think pieces and everything is coming from.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because I was like, am I watching the right thing? Like, I'm trying to tap into what the people are seeing and why I'm not getting it. I'm like, am I just missing it?
Yeah. It's not a bad show. Like, it's definitely, like, it's a good show. Definitely it's good. Because there's plenty of bad shows out there. Yeah. But it's just not, like, this amazing, you know, they're saying one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
And it's just...
It's not the greatest of all time. It can't be the greatest of all time. Like,
yeah, where's the bar?
It's like, I want to know what they're basing on. And I feel like a lot of these people, like, maybe they're kids and it's like the first serious show that they've ever watched before. But you gotta go back. You know, there's plenty of shows that are Breaking Bad, hello. Like, that's not even one of my favourite shows, but I'm just putting it out there. That was a phenomenal show. It got all the awards. Like, you can't sit here and say Succession, for real, with 4 seasons, is gonna compete with, like, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. I'm just saying my favourites. Mad Men, you know, I've heard The Wire is really good. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. The Succession, it was enjoyable. It was a fun time. Also, I feel like maybe it's because there's not a lot out right now that's really good for the people to
less
latch
suffering.
on. We're in a drought.
Yeah. And this is pre-writer strike. So God knows what it's going to be after that. Like, I'm pretty sure they're going to start getting AI to write these shows, and Lord knows.
Maybe it needs the AI. I think we need it. No, because some of these shows, I'm just like, they start off really well, but then the finales are always disappointing. I've never seen a show with a good finale. Can you think of one?
No. I think by that time, the writers have kind of given up.
Give it up.
I'm not even joking. Like, even the sitcoms that I'm thinking about, like, the finale is always just like, okay, this is how we're going out, I guess. Like, the whole end season is like, well,
yeah,
they've just been like, we got to get this out. We have to put out something. We can't just end it like on this season. We have to do a final. Let's just scrap together whatever we can, just so we can say, here's the final season, that you have it.
Yeah. With this show, I think it might have been a thing where they know that sometimes when a show goes on too long, it kind of loses its plot. So maybe they wanted to end the show whilst it was still on a high and people still have like good things to say about it. So they're like, yeah, let's just wrap it up in season 4. You know, people are going to say it was good. And they were just ready to move on and do other shows. But yeah, it was, I would say Succession for me is like 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 is good. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, there
Amazed.
were yeah, go on.
I feel like the first 2 seasons were really good.
Oh, okay.
I feel like this 4th season was okay. I don't feel like it was the best out of all of them. So, and because that's what's fresh in my memory, I'm kind of like,
I think House of Cards was better. If you like Succession, maybe you should watch House of Cards, because House of Cards is kind of a similar vibe. Like, you know, it's like not like about seceding, but it's more political. Like Frank, you know, the main guy, he works in the Senate and he wants to be president, or he has ambitions. So it's like him making moves, and then his wife also works in the corporate sector and she's trying to make moves with him, and they work as a power couple. So it's kind of giving Shiv and Tom, you know what I mean? Like, there's elements that are similar, but the thing is, House of Cards is more drama, and it's real. It's really like, because I remember House of Cards was the first show that I ever watched on Netflix when I got a subscription. That was what got me a Netflix subscription, and I was hooked. But House of Cards is kind of like, it's more harder to follow, because it's, well, maybe not for an American audience, but for me as a Brit, I don't understand all the like American legal processes, so it was kind of hard to follow sometimes. And it's not a comedy like Succession, so you're not going to be laughing, but it's very interesting, and it's giving drama, it's giving performances, it's giving acting, and then there's moments where you're just like, what the fuck? And yeah, I feel like House of Cards is a better show. But I did enjoy Succession as well.
Yeah. I want to rank how you think each sibling would have been as CEO.
How I think they would have been?
Yeah. So let's start with Roman. If he was CEO, how do you think that's going to go?
Catastrophic. He's going to start wars.
Yeah, I agree.
He will start world wars. And he'll be like, fuck it, nothing matters. It's just like, people move on and it's the news. No one cares. He's so dumb.
Yeah. When he fired Jerry, I was like, okay, like, that was a split decision thing for him, and I feel like he would be doing that everywhere. Someone would say something, one thing wrong, but what did he do? He fired the TV executive. And then when Jerry was like, why did you do that? He was like, you're fired too. I feel like that is what his reign would have been like. Just firing people, making hella inappropriate jokes, and then firing the HR for trying to like reprimand him for that, you know. It would just be a shit show.
Yeah, the way he was like basically sexually harassing Jerry and then was like firing her.
Yeah.
I was like, you've really lost your mind.
Innit? She's got pictures of your dick on her phone. Like, you can't. Like, what's going on? And she was trying so hard to help you, so I don't know why you would fire one of your only allies. Like, that literally didn't make any sense.
Yeah, no. It would be catastrophic.
No, yeah, it wasn't going to work. Which is why I was so confused why he thought he should be CEO. Because, are you okay?
When he was like, it should have been me.
But like, it shouldn't have, because you couldn't even do your little co-chair job.
Yeah.
Jerry basically did everything for you. You just talked. I don't understand where he got that confidence from.
Really delusional about that. Really delusional. And it was just kind of pissing me off as well when they were like, you know, arguing and Shiv was like, oh, guess who Kendall thinks it should be? It should be him. But I was thinking, but why are you also against it being Kendall? Like, he is clearly better than you guys. Like, why do you guys have this false sense of like, I can do it, and you don't think he could do it?
Yeah.
So no, that pissed me off. I think, what do I think about Shiv? I think Shiv would be able to do it. She's very competent. However, because she's a woman and she was pregnant, they would not take her seriously. Like, as in the people that she works with, the politicians. I feel like it would be very hard for her in her role, even as CEO, to get like the respect that the boys would get. So while I think she'd be very competent and good at it, it would be difficult for her.
I would agree. Like, she wouldn't be the problem. Why
would be
the
everyone
society
else. Yeah,
would
it
be
would
the
be
problem.
them.
And which is kind of like, you see it through the whole show, because she wasn't ever like in the running until their dad was like, oh, Shiv, it's going to be Shiv. She was never in the conversation, and that was because she's a girl. So I think she was also being a bit delusional if she thought that she could run the company and everyone is just going to get behind her. It's like, babe, you know the world that you're living in. Like, why?
But do you think that she also wasn't in the conversation because she had a job anyways, and like the other siblings didn't?
I just feel like she had a job because she wasn't in the conversation.
Oh.
Because once she was in it, she was in it.
Right. Yeah.
So I just feel like because she wasn't considered, she was like, okay, let me do something else. Like, I don't even want to be part of it anyway. Right. But then once her dad offered it to her, it was the only thing that she could think of. Kendall.
You know what? I think Kendall, like,
he's gone through so many different eras, like.
He also is like a recovering drug addict, so I feel like there was a lot of risk with it being him as a CEO. Yeah. He could just always spiral at any point with his drug addiction. There were some times throughout the show where I thought, yeah, like, he can do it. He was always stepping up to give the speeches or, you know, step in for his dad. He stepped in during the court case and stuff. But then also sometimes he would just act very rashly and be like, fuck it, we're going to kill it. Let's kill the deal. Let's go this way. So sometimes it's like,
there's no thought process.
Does he know what he's doing?
I feel like this was like another addiction for him.
You think so?
Like, it's bad for you, but you can't stay away. Like, this is kind of tearing you apart. You're very up and down with it. Like, 1 minute you're trying to steal away the company from your dad. The next minute, you know, you're your dad's bitch because he's, you know, you killed that boy and he didn't say anything to anyone. The next minute you're Jesus Christ and you're trying to take down the patriarchy. Like, there was so many ups and downs, and I just feel like you need something solid. You need something that is dependable, you know, that's going to be there. And this CEO thing is not it. I feel like there's just too many things that could come.
Well, isn't that because, like, his dad was always manoeuvring against him, so without that element, maybe he would be okay. If there wasn't people always trying to, like... fuck it up.
True, but I just don't think he's stable enough to run this company. Sorry.
Wow, you don't think he's stable?
I don't.
So let's get into it. Why did Shiv say, I just don't think he can do it? Where did that
Because
come
she
from,
doesn't
Shiv?
think he's stable enough to run this company.
Is that what she thinks?
I feel like that's what she thinks. She's like, you killed someone. Something, you know. I also feel like she was just saying anything to be like, yeah, I don't think it's going to be you.
Do you think, so I don't know if the way I interpreted that scene, I don't know if she said no because she really doesn't agree that Kendall can do it, or if she wanted to like save him from it, or if she just wanted to fuck it up because she was like bitter and she didn't want it to be any of them. Which one was it? Because in that moment, I couldn't tell like what her true
that's true
thought process
See,
was.
another thing that we were creating theories for.
Yeah, like I don't know, like, and then she leaves the room. That's it.
We don't see her again.
That's it. So I don't know why Shiv decided that.
I don't know either. Yeah, maybe she was. I do feel like it would be too much for Kendall, you know. Yeah, he could do it, but at what cost?
It's just he looked so happy when they were making him his meal for a king, and he was sitting on the counter all grinning, like, oh bless him. That's the happiest I've seen him.
Yeah, true, but you know, all things come to an end. No, I don't know. Maybe she was trying to save him, but maybe she just didn't really think he could do it.
But why does she think she could and he couldn't though?
But at that point, she wasn't even trying to go for herself.
But that's my thought process is that before you were riding really hard for you, or you were riding hard for it to be all three of you, but now when it's just Ken, suddenly you feel like, oh, I don't think he's competent. But you were competent enough to suggest it be the three of you. If you really didn't think he was competent, wouldn't you have said before, I don't think you can do it?
But even Roman didn't really want him to do it either. I felt like under the pressure of the boardroom, he felt like he had to say no. But then once Shiv was like, yeah, you can't do it, he was very much like, yeah, he'd just given up as well.
But Roman, you think it could be you? You were saying 5 seconds ago, okay, it should have been me. It's like all of them, I feel like, honestly, all of them are just so self-centered. They want it to be themselves.
I think they got that from their dad.
I don't believe that she genuinely doesn't think Ken could do it, because if she thinks Ken can't do it, then you also can't do it. Because you're all of similar capability. Maybe not Roman, but it's kind of like they all were not going to support each other.
Yeah.
Because they're all saying to each other, oh, you can't do it, you can't do it. So it's like, then why were you suggesting for it to be the three of you? I feel like she was trying to fuck it up for him. That was her final. Or maybe she thought, it works out better if it's Tom because she's married to Tom, and then she'll still have access. She kind of made that last minute decision for herself.
That's true. Shiv can still pull the strings through Tom.
Yeah. She's going to have his baby. She was holding his hand at the end. She's going to work for that relationship. Even though Tom said, she was like, do you think we could get back together? He was like, no. And he knew she was pregnant by that point.
Yeah.
So what does this mean for them? Are they going to get
I think now that she helped him get cement his CEO position, you know, it's kind of like, okay, maybe I can get back with you. Because he was like, sorry, I've got a car in 20.
Oh, okay. That's why he was like, oh, come back to my car.
Yeah.
She did what she had to do.
Yeah, true.
She went with the winning team.
She's thinking about her child.
Yeah.
She's a mother.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a mother. What do you think of Greg's capability?
No, wait. Before Greg, what about Connor?
Oh, girl. You were like, is there something wrong with him?
No, really. But Loki, he was the smartest one. Not the smartest, but he was the most like, this ain't my race. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. Why he thought whatever the hell he wanted to do was become president, that's another story.
You were like to me, is he alright?
No, because what makes you think that you can be president of the United States of America?
I really thought he thought I'm rich, I can do anything. I've got the power and influence. I can buy my way in.
No one even respects you.
Why?
And why did he think that he was actually going to get votes?
I don't know. Do you think, like, why was he never really in the company? Because he was Logan's first child with a different woman. Was he raised away from him or something?
I think so. I think they alluded to that, like, he wasn't really in like that.
Yeah, no, there's no chance. Because he doesn't have any, like, experience. But he was funny.
He was delusional as well. Like, all of them are delusional in their own specific way. I feel like that's what ties them together, delusion. They think because they're rich, they can just do whatever. Oh, I'm going to be CEO because, you know, I'm the eldest boy. You're not even. I'm going to be CEO.
The way he said, the misogyny came out when he was like, I'm the eldest boy. Like, that's supposed to mean something. That kind of, I was looking.
You're not even though, so.
I was looking at him sideways when he said that. I was like, okay, if he had said I'm the eldest, okay, that's okay, but I'm the eldest boy.
Yeah.
Move.
Greg. I think.
Be for real. Be so for real.
I feel like, not now, but eventually Greg could step into that role. He could. He's got those smarts to do it. He knows how to work a room. He is agreeable, but not too agreeable. You see, he slapped Tom back in the bathroom. He would be able to get there. I do believe in him.
I think I see it for Greg in, like, the future, but currently, I just don't think he'd be able to run the big company like that, like the biggest media conglomerate in the world. No way. He's just been an assistant for years. Like, he wouldn't know how to make decisions of, like, you know, that thing that Roman was doing. And, you know, when he was like, what was that Arab country he was in? Where they, like, were on lockdown. In the Middle East somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like, Greg wouldn't know what to do in those. He's never been on those type of business trips and stuff, so I just don't think he would know, like, what to do. I think Greg would need to start off managing a division like Tom was doing. Tom was doing, you know, the parks, then the cruises, then ATN. Tom worked his way, but Greg is just like, he needs more experience, I feel like.
And once he gets it, he could do it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I want it for Greg anyways. That's my man. Yeah. What about Tom?
Well, he has the role. So.
Do you think he's going to be good at it?
No. Well, when he was trying to do ATN...
I saw something in him.
He was trying, but the people around him weren't cooperating. Like, especially on election night, those siblings did not give a heck. That Tom was CEO, they were like, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. Like, he needs to be more assertive.
Who, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that...
I feel like he's too easy to walk over. You're just a puppet then.
Well, I think it's easy for the siblings to walk over him because there is that power dynamic. But for, like, regular people, I feel like Tom was quite assertive. He would be, like, telling people to fuck off and stuff. Or, like, he used that person as a footstool.
That's not assertive. That's just being weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's gonna have power, but he's not really gonna have... I don't feel like he's gonna really be making decisions.
He won't have the influence.
Yeah.
And do you think he'll be easily replaced?
Yeah. So, on one hand, I do see it for him, but on the other hand, I don't.
He's, like... He's not giving what Logan gave.
Yeah.
But he's going to give, like... I'm just the face of this, and I get told what to do.
Yeah. So, are you really even CEO? You're just CEO by name.
Yeah. What about, like, Jerry?
I feel like Jerry could have done it. She knows things. She knows how things work. And I feel like because she was in the business so long, that's why when she was CEO for that short amount of time, even though Logan just said it as a throwaway, like, we could lose Jerry if we needed to. That's why the misogyny didn't work as hard against her because she was already in the business for so long. But I still feel like the men didn't respect her 100.
Men are so weird.
It's like you can't even see someone who is smarter than you because they're a woman. That's crazy.
I also want to shout out the score. That's like one of my favorite things about this show. The score. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm just remembering Logan's rap. No, not Logan. Kendall's rap.
Not even the rap.
I know, but that's part of the score and the TikToks you've been sending me.
What? What TikToks? Of the score?
Of Kendall's rap.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about his rap. I mean, like, the actual, like, the score.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I thought of.
Oh, you thought
that's why I was laughing.
Oh, okay. I mean, the rap was sick. In my opinion. I listen to it frequently. L to the O-G. L be the O. What was it? N-A-N, and he playing.
Clearly not listening enough.
Like a pro. Wait, was it L to the O-G? L be the O-G, and he A-N, he playing. Playing like a pro. Anyways, it's a good song. But no, the score, like, the theme tune, I feel like normally when I watch a show, when it has to, like, skip intro, I'll be skipping it. With Succession, I'll be like, it's giving a little, like, Lana Del Rey soundtrack music.
Okay.
And it's just nice. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
I like it. The music's great. So the composer, I don't know who he is, but...
His name is Nicholas something.
Okay. Nicholas, it was a great score. And I never really feel like that about, like, TV show music. It's very, like, insignificant to me. But I really, even in this episode, the final episode, like, they were doing the title theme throughout the episode in certain moments. That's the Succession theme. I was just like, yes. It was giving. I liked it. And I think it should win for best score. I don't even know if the Emmys do.
No, I don't know.
The best score, but...
Good evening, everyone. Thank you.
This beginning bit reminds me of, like, the Linkin Park and Jay-Z song where at the beginning it's like, thank you, I'm far too kind. Can I get an encore? Do you want more? It kind of has that vibe.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here to honor my dad's life and work. So when Rhea was planning this thing, she asked me to help out with a tribute of a certain flavor. Just remember, I'm not a professional. Born on the North Rack, king of the East Side, 50 years strong, now he's rolling in a sick ride, handmade suits, raking in loot, 5-star general. Thank you. Far
No.
too kind.
Is it not the same?
No.
What was your favourite scene or scenes from the show? Wow.
I can't think of one right
That's
now.
crazy. Okay, I got a few. Okay, in this order, my favourite scene is when Roman was like trying to send Jerry a dick pic and then it went to Logan instead. I was literally screaming. I was like, ah! Like, that is so embarrassing. Like, he pressed send and I saw it said dad. I was like, and then the phone was like beep beep and Logan was talking. He was in his little meeting and he looks at the phone.
Oh wait.
And then he looks at Roman and Logan was fuming.
I have one.
Okay.
Go on, but finish it.
Yeah, no, that was just a really funny scene. Like, I was literally screaming, and I've never had that reaction from a TV show before. So Succession does have some really funny moments.
It's another Roman one when he was doing. No, I think it was like his first day, and he was getting all these emails, and people use it as a meme now as well. He was getting all these emails, and he was just looking at the screen like. And I was like, that's why I know this man has never worked a day in his life.
Wait, is this in the first season?
Yeah.
when he gets like that management program.
Yeah, and he got an office.
Yeah.
And he went to the desk and he logged in, and all of these emails were coming through, and he was just like,
I don't remember that.
And also the when he launched the
the
rocket, and then it exploded, and he just like locked his phone
He was like,
and went back.
I went back out to the party. I was like, are you
as if nothing happened.
I feel like he was embarrassed and like scared. So he was
because why are you rushing up a rocket launch? They need time to get things sorted. You can't just be like, oh, I want it to launch on this day.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay, what else is your favourite scenes?
And I swear they were trying to ask him, like, is everything good with the rocket? He was like, yeah, great. I was like, no. Okay, another favourite scene was, this isn't like a funny scene necessarily, but I think it was it the end of season 1 or the end of season 2 when like Logan decides that Kendall will take the fall for the whole scandal thing, and Kendall has to do a press conference to tell people that he will be stepping down, and then he's like, actually, I'm going to be running for CEO. and then the title sequence closed. I was like, oh shit, like I remember I was gassed. That's when I was like, this show is good. I really like that scene because it's like in every scene, in every season, Kendall is always trying to fuck them over. Like in the first season, he tries to run his own little board meeting, but he was late because there was traffic. Then the second season, he tries to do it again, and then it gets fucked over for some reason. So I feel like, in a way, it's kind of like poetic that Kendall's shareholder meeting in the last episode flopped again because it kind of comes full circle and that's how it starts.
Yeah.
And then the same thing, so you kind of like expect it in a way that he's not going to succeed, like there's going to be one vote down or something, like it always is.
Yeah, I didn't think things were going to go his way at all.
You didn't?
No.
Damn. And then was there another scene? And then, okay, another scene I really liked was in this season when they were doing the elections and Shiv was trying to convince, what was she trying to convince Kendall of? And then she was saying to Kendall, like, don't call the vote, you know, for Arizona or something. And Kendall was not sure whether to listen to Roman or Shiv, and Shiv was like, no, like, let's not call it, blah, blah, blah. And then he doesn't get a call from Mattson or something. Basically, he finds out that Shiv was working with Mattson the whole time. She's got her own agenda. So he's looking at her through the glass like, you fucking snake. And he comes back in and he's like, are you fucking kidding me, Shiv? I was like, oh shit. She's fucked it. I love moments like that where there's like drama.
Yeah.
And then that they're giving acting. And I also like the scene when, I just like a lot of scenes. When just before Logan died, when he went to go and talk to his siblings for the last time, and they were all like gonna do their own little deal, and he was trying to, I think, convince them like to not block his Gojo deal. And in that little, you know, karaoke place, he was like, you know, I love you all, but you're not serious people. It was a great scene. I just really felt like he was trying one last time to get them on board. And they were all having it out with him, being like, oh, you're a terrible dad, blah, blah, blah. It was a good scene. I enjoyed that. The performances.
Right.
Any more scenes from you?
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think, but I can't remember anything.
I also like the scene when Kendall like announced him being CEO and they were all gassed in the car, and then he was like, someone was like, at least you've not killed anyone. It's not like you've not killed anyone. And he was like, who says I haven't killed anyone? But he was laughing.
I feel like Succession will be missed. It's left a hole now, but I don't know.
The Idol's coming soon, so it'll fill that hole.
I don't think so, but we can try.
Succession was like cute for the moment, but I'm not going to be sitting there thinking like, I really miss this show, I want it to come back. Like, I'm very much like, okay, put a bow in it and wrap it up, you know. Also, I would like a prequel show about Succession. Like, give us a prequel into Logan
Yeah.
starting up the company. So, let us know what you guys think, if you agree with any of our points about Succession.
Yeah, let us know also who you thought you should have been CEO.
Yeah, were you satisfied with this ending, or do you feel like it should have been someone else? Do you feel like it was too short?
And yeah, let us know what else you're watching, because we're in need of some good shows. But make sure they're good, because if they're just random, obscure, then...
I'll watch random ones. I mean, not too random, but they have to be, like, good. Like, critically acclaimed shows.
Well, okay.
Not these little, you know, was it Exo Kitty on Netflix? Nothing like that. Not these little shows. I mean, I do enjoy, like, Ginny and Georgia and stuff, but I want it. Do you watch Ginny and Georgia?
No.
You might like it. It's fun. And like Emily in Paris. There's those shows that are like, I watch to pass the time.
To watch. Yeah. They're easy to watch. You put on in the background, or like, you can binge them. They're very not, it doesn't take too much to watch them.
Yeah.
I like shows like that, but I'm talking about something hard hitting. Not hard hitting, but like something that really gets the people going.
I haven't seen a show like that in a really long time, and I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
I just finished Yellow Jackets, and yeah, don't bother watching.
Okay.
It's just not going in the direction. I hate when like a show starts and I have an idea of like what it should be, and it doesn't fulfill that expectation. Because already we're two seasons in, and I've barely seen any cannibalism. I thought that was going to be the main premise of the show. It's like they're slowly building to it, but already I'm bored now. Like,
Yeah.
they should have already started eating each other by now. So, yeah, like, let's get a move on. I want to see the action.
But yeah, guys, let us know what else you're watching, and we'll see you. And also let us know what else you want us to review.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Even like films, we will review films.
Yeah, please just make sure they're not 3 hours though, because I can't do it again.
So we're planning to... We're going to watch Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
We should watch it.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid.
Are we
Barbie.
reviewing that though?
Yeah. We gotta review it.
Review Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little Mermaid, Barbie movie. And then, what was the other one?
Please don't say that 3 hours.
That Martin Scorsese film. You were praying, I forgot it. That Martin Scorsese, Killer of the Flower Moon. And maybe Oppenheimer.
I thought you said that film was not seeing you.
I don't know, like, low-key it sounds boring, but I also, like, I just want to see.
No.
That's a no from you. Okay, June, we're gonna watch June.
Oh, God.
We're gonna watch June. I think you'll like it.
How do you know?
I don't know. I don't even know what it's gonna give either. But I'm sat for my sister Zendaya. She's got a leading role, and we need to support. We need to support. We gotta see the kids.
Yeah, let us know what you want us to review, and we'll see you next time.